Good morning, everyone. It has been a hot minute since I've recorded anything, and I appreciate your patience and you sticking with me throughout the process that I have been going through recently. Hi, everyone. Again, if this is your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. If it is your not your first time here, then welcome back. I appreciate every single one of you being here listening in to all of these videos that I put up. It really does mean the world to me because this is one of the purposes I have in my life, and it is so, so amazing. And I am super grateful for being able to provide any information to you that is helpful along your own personal path and your spiritual journey. So, I am Dee again. This was Mindful Monday Musings, but I'm going to be changing the name of it effective this video here to Dee's Mindful Musings, because I don't know if you already know this or not, but mindful musings don't always happen on Mondays. They happen during other days of the week as well. So I wanted to change that so that it's more accurate. Excuse me. And today I want to talk to you about something that has really been in the forefront of my mind this year, especially. And it was brought to my attention in glaring obviousness here recently that there are people who come into our lives in very specific ways at very specific times, which are exactly as they are meant to be. It is so amazing that sometimes we get these people that come in, they can be random, well, not random, they can be strangers in a store. Like I've had that happen not too long ago, where this man, I used to work at Walmart as a personal shopper, and this was very recent, just a couple months ago. And I was in a particular aisle and he was there, and we got to chatting, and he was asking me about my job there. And I told him, well, this is interim work. It is not my dream. And he asked me about my dream. So I was sharing with him about it. And he looked at me with all serious eyes and he goes, "Hurry up. People need this." And I was like, wow, that's so amazing that I got this like here in the middle of Walmart, which is known for this just chaotic atmosphere of rush and hurry. And, it's just always this like intense energy in there. If you've shopped there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like one of those places most people want to get in and hurry up and get out if they even have to go in there at all. That's why I feel like a lot of people are doing the curbside delivery service now, because they really don't want to go in the store because it is a very intense, chaotic energy most of the time. So it was very interesting that this man just popped into my reality and delivered this amazing message to me. And then I never saw him again after that. So it's really, really cool. And I encourage you to pay attention to the words and energies of these people who come into your life. And I would also like to point out that sometimes they come in to show us something about ourselves. And it's these recurring patterns of uh, behavior in ourselves that sometimes we get shown. And I don't know about you, but sometimes when I have to take a look at these things, it's like, ooh, like I cringe. I'm like, ooh, is that really a thing about myself? And if I find truth in it, then I commence to taking a deeper look at that pattern to see if it's something that I can change. And almost always it is, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be shown these things and we would just continue on in these patterns, and it would just be this continuous cycle. So sometimes we have people come in to show us something about ourselves that's really important that we change, not because it's necessarily a bad thing, but because it keeps us in this space. And if we shift it, then we're able to move forward into an entirely different dynamic in our lives. And that's been how it's been with me this year. One of the very important things that I would like to talk to you about today is it was shown to me multiple times this year because, hey, like I'm a stubborn human. I don't know if you are a stubborn human, but I am totally a stubborn human, right? I dig my heels in sometimes about these changes, or I refuse to let myself realize the deep impact that that particular pattern is having on my life and keeping me stuck in a particular place very often. And so I took a look at it. And one of the things that was shown to me was how I energetically carried people. Now, I want you to understand there is a huge difference in energetically carrying someone and energetically supporting someone. I personally am really, really good at seeing someone's potential. And when I do, I get very excited about it. I want them to be able to just carry out that what I'm visualizing in my mind that they are capable of and their potential is there. And I see like this huge picture of what they are doing, like their future selves are doing. Like I see it in a vision. I'm very been gifted with this visual acuity in that way and being able to see these things. And it's really amazing. However, the thing is, that person may have that potential, and that may be a timeline that they are able to step into. However, they choose not to. They choose to stay. And it might not even be a conscious decision. It might not be one they sit down and go, oh, I just don't think I'm going to step into that today or ever. You know, it may be something that's just there's something else going on in their life that prohibits them from actually being able to step into that timeline picture. And that's okay. Everyone's life is as it should be for them, and that's perfect and as it's supposed to be. But when I figured out that I was carrying certain things, and then when that thing would come crashing down because that person wasn't willing or able to step into that vision of what I saw, which it's not my responsibility to, you know, predict their future or whatever anyway. It's their responsibility to create whatever reality they choose to live in, whether they're conscious of it or not. It's not my responsibility. It's very energetically taxing to carry someone energetically. And these folks, and it happened in multiple different scenarios with different people this year for me that I was shown this. And when I realized that's what I was doing, the way I realized it was I had this particular situation going on, and this girl said to me, I don't actually even talk to her anymore, but she said this was what I'm saying. She came into my life to help me with this lesson, and then she went out again, and that's okay. But she said to me, Dee, pull your energy back from that and see what happens. Just pull your energy back. And I didn't want to. I didn't want to pull my energy back from that situation because I there were multiple reasons that I don't want to go into because anyway. So, but I did. I did do it. I pulled my energy back from that situation, and I was absolutely astounded by how much I had been carrying that situation energetically. Because when I pulled my energy back, it completely shifted the situation, and it did it like that. It was incredible to me how fast it happened. So sometimes people are meant to come into our lives and teach us something or show us something, even though maybe they don't realize that's what they're doing. And then they move out of our lives again. And that is perfect. Sometimes these relationships that are maybe a little longer, the people come in and we have developed a little bit of a relationship with them, we become emotionally involved, and then they move away, and it's really difficult for us. And I feel like that's one of the things that we don't talk about a lot in the spiritual community is how when people come in and we become emotionally involved with them, and we care deeply about them and what they're doing in life and where they're going in life, and then that relationship crumbles and falls away. It's supposed to, by the way, but it's very painful. And um, I had an experience earlier this year that was like that. I had become emotionally involved and like very just I don't know what word to use, attached, I guess. And that's another thing we could talk about. Well, we'll talk about attachment in a different video because I don't want this to get too long. But I had become emotionally involved. And when it crumbled, I had a really hard time with it for about 3 months. Honestly, I really struggled with it. It was just, I was so profoundly sad. I would even be doing something like working outside and just, all of a sudden it would just come onto me like a wave of, and I would just be so profoundly sad. I would just literally stand there and start crying in the middle of what I was doing because it was so just emotional for me. So I just want to tell you that if you've had things like this happen, you're not alone. You're not crazy. There's nothing wrong with you. These are just ways that the universe teaches us and allows us to grow. And I'm going to do another video very soon about remembering who you are because this is actually part of that process. Okay, it's so amazing and incredible to me that things and how they unfold. It doesn't always feel good. Okay, these lessons don't always feel good. The way they unfold can be really uncomfortable and it can make us sad and it can hurt. I mean, honestly, there's a grief that's associated with some of these relationships falling away because we really care about these people. And then all of a sudden, sometimes it's very sudden, it's just gone. And a lot of us don't really talk about that, but it is part of the spiritual growth process. And it doesn't mean, I just really want to reiterate that it doesn't mean that something's wrong with you, that you're not doing something right, or anything like that, or that you're not worthy, or that it's never going to happen for you, or anything like that. That's not what it means. The thing we must do is focus on the lesson and what it's showing us that we can shift in ourselves and that we can be confident and know that we're still amazing and we still have so much to offer and we're still smart and we're still capable of all of these things, even though these things happen. And we just focus on that lesson and allow it to shift us and move us forward in a whole new way. And you will find yourself moving through life in this most incredible new way. And you will feel more confident and you will feel like you're amazing. And it's not coming from a place of ego and it's not coming from a place of thinking you're better than anyone. It's just a place of extreme confidence and knowing that you really are the universe itself wrapped in this human body. You really are. I mean, it's absolutely profound, the revelations that have been coming to me through these processes. So I'm here to encourage you and invite you to lift yourself up and understand that this is part of the process and it only means you're growing and stepping into that future self that you envision, that future life, that amazing life that you envision. If you can see it and allow yourself to believe it, then you can be it. I'm here to tell you, you can. It's so amazing. Okay, I don't want this to get too long. I know I went really deep into some stuff today, and if you have any questions, please ask them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them, or I can even answer them in a future video. And like, share, and subscribe. I invite you to do that. Please, if someone you feel like they would find value and benefit from this message, please share it with them. I do have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the comment section below if you would like to support my work through there. That will allow me to be able to do more and better videos for you in the future. And thank you all. I wish you every single happiness in this world because you are so worthy and deserving of everything good and amazing. I love you all. I will see you on the next one.